What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me for this video. In this one, I'm joined by an SEO expert, search engine optimization expert, specifically Google, and we're going to talk about why we may be seeing a decrease in sales and traffic to our various e-commerce websites that we love to make print-on-demand sales on, like Redbubble, Amazon, Etsy, etc., due to a recent change in Google's search algorithm. So it's going to be a really interesting video. Let's get right into it. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining me for a new video. Today, I'm joined by Hamish from Income Stream Surfers on YouTube. I will plug his YouTube channel in the description below, but thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, no worries. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it. And you're on kind of the other side of the world. I guess not the other side, but what time is it over there right now?
It's almost 11:30. I've got to get up for work tomorrow, but that's fine.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for taking time, man. I know it's late, so you're in Italy,
No,
right?
I really appreciate that you contacted me instead of just making a video. Contacting me was a
Yeah, I always want to give credit where it's due. So you're referring to, I want to give people kind of how we found each other. So in my Facebook group, someone shared your video talking about why there may have been a little bit of a drop off in sales recently, kind of post October. And a lot of people were saying, like, attributing it to, oh, it was Halloween and everything died down between now and Black Friday. Maybe, but you also had some pretty interesting findings. So do you want to go ahead and like share some of what you found?
Yeah, so if people don't really know, if they're not big into SEO, they might not follow algorithm updates. And Google recently had two very important algorithm updates. One of them was about page speed a few months ago, which was huge. But then recently in November, they also had a spam update. And I've been saying for a long time that these websites, they use automatically generated content through tags and things like that to create a lot of content from one keyword. And I have a feeling that Google has targeted not just Redbubble. My video that you referred to was about Redbubble, but I think it's affecting more than just Redbubble. And another interesting thing, which I didn't actually talk about in my video, is Redbubble, and I don't know about other websites yet, but Redbubble is also manually or automatically placing a no index tag on people's stores, which is stopping them appearing on Google as well. And I've seen this about a lot of websites at the moment. Something is happening on the internet at the moment.
Yeah, man, that's super weird. And so you have a little bit of like a technical background. I was a web developer professionally for 8 years. I've been doing it for probably like a little over 10. So, I mean, you're speaking my language, and I've looked into specifically, I mean, I don't know, at different times I've gone in and like checked like the metadata in the pages for various reasons. And I've certainly seen Redbubbles. I didn't see the no index tag, but another weird thing was like, if you put your Google Analytics tag into Redbubble, I don't know how it is now. I haven't looked recently, but it didn't used to apply to your shop page of all things. It would apply to your listings, and then you couldn't track views on your shop. It was weird.
Interesting. Yeah, it probably has a different UA code. That might be why. But yeah, it's not just I call these marketplace websites like Amazon, Merch by Amazon, Redbubble, all of the Etsy, etc. But it's affecting websites like Medium as well. A lot of people upload to Medium to make passive income. It's a really, really good way to make good passive income. And the same thing is happening. I've been reading reports that people's content is no longer being indexed by Google. And it's frustrating because you put all of this hard work into something and then they take it from Google. And I'm trying to encourage people to maybe look at opening their own stores because of this. Because another thing I noticed, I do a lot of research for keywords using various SEO methods. I'm a professional SEO. That's why I know about these things. And I've noticed more independently owned stores are appearing on Google than before. It used to always just be Merch by Amazon, Redbubble, Etsy, Zazzle, TeePublic, and then nothing else. But I've noticed a lot more Shopify stores, a lot more independently owned stores. So for sure, if that's something you're looking at doing, I would recommend doing it. This is a good time to do it for sure.
Yeah, dude, thanks for sharing that. I personally, like, as being a former web developer, love the idea of starting your own store. I would lean towards Shopify. Given everything I know about Shopify in general, it seems like the most qualified to really assist technical and non-technical people with launching their own online store. I used to just not be able to make sense of it in my head, given like the balance of, your time is money. Are you going to make more spending it on scaling out your merch account or building up your, seller central listings, Etsy shop? And I mean, like, I have some success. Like, I started a website 10 years ago in college that gained like a ton of traffic. I don't even know the actual numbers, but probably closing in on like 100 million views if I didn't already surpass that. So it's like, it's up there, just a passion project. And I've actually seen a drop off in traffic to that website, but I didn't go looking for a reason. I'm just so
Mm.
busy. So it's
I
interesting
can I
getting to
can
have this,
probably
this
tell
chat with
you
you.
I can probably tell you the reason. I work for like I said, I'm a professional SEO. Our top 20 pages were de-indexed by Google in the last 5 days, and I had to manually get them re-indexed. We lost 50% of our traffic in 24 hours. It was crazy, honestly.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah, we live in it's a weird time to be alive, man. Like the way that tech has integrated into our lives, the lack of understanding to like 99% of people of like how a lot of it works, because it can dictate so much of like
yeah, for
how
sure,
we live.
for sure.
And we don't even understand that it's just some algorithm that's trying to like determine these things at scale for billions of
Mhm.
people. And it has flaws. And, they do an update and then it removes what probably should be the top ranked link. And anyways, what do you think about, I guess, you just said that maybe we should consider launching our own stores. But what do you think is going to happen regarding like getting the Amazon, Etsy, Redbubble links like re-indexed and back towards, ranking well on Google?
So there is someone actually just commented on my YouTube asking whether they thought it would be worth putting backlinks to their Redbubble products. If people don't know what backlinks are, it's basically a hyperlink from one website to another website. And I think if you're not being indexed, Google does like links. So I could see a world where that would actually help, and putting links from, I don't know, Medium, Quora, websites like that, and that might help you get indexed. But apart from that, there's not really much we can do because with the website I work for, I have access to what's called Google Search Console. Again, I don't know how into SEO people are, but it's the
I'm
way that
familiar.
you can basically, yeah, it's the organic control of every website, the back end, basically. And we don't have access to that for Redbubble, obviously, or although I would love to have access to Redbubble's Search Console. I'm sure that would be absolutely fascinating. We don't have access, so we can't resubmit them. So if your pages are not being indexed, I can't. I currently haven't got a solution for people except looking at starting their own store, like I said before, because we're always going to be under the kind of the whims of Google's updates and also Redbubble's algorithm updates, Amazon's algorithm updates, Etsy's algorithm updates. All of these things are out of our control, except if we have our own store, which it's then more in our own control. It's more difficult, but if you do it for a few years, it will probably profit more, in my opinion, if you really, really work on it.
Yeah, it's hard for me to disagree. And I mean, that's the thing that another big reason why I try to talk people out of it was just like you said, man, it takes time.
For
Like when
sure.
I used to just be exclusive web developer, web development, and teaching web development, right? That was all I
Mhm.
did. I didn't do the e-commerce. And I mean, I always said like, hey, if you go into a website project and you're serious about it, like benchmark it after a year of like
Mhm.
consistent effort, but don't allow yourself to consider quitting prior to that. Cause I feel like you
No,
need,
for sure, for sure.
yeah,
No,
like Google
that's
needs to
100%
trust your
true.
content.
Yeah, it's not just, yeah, exactly. Google. There's this thing, you probably know about this, but there's a thing called the Google Sandbox, where for the first kind of 6 months, Google will not rank your content, which is the main difference between having your own website and working on Etsy or Redbubble. I've had Redbubble products appearing on Google within 12 hours. Like
Right.
I've got some really, really good techniques to find really, really nice SEO rich keywords. And yeah, you can literally start ranking in 12 hours. But if you're starting your own website, you're going to need at least 6 months to even see, the first kind of movement on your website. It's more of a long-term thing, but I mean, if you're in this for the long term anyway, I would definitely recommend looking at your own store. The reason I mentioned Shopify is with their new update, they recently did a Shopify update, Shopify 2.0. Their new themes are super, super quick. They're not.
Really?
Yeah, they had big problems 5 months ago, 4 months ago, 3 months ago. I would never say use Shopify. I would always say use WooCommerce. But Shopify
Mm.
2.0 is an absolute game changer. It's incredible, honestly. I've got a little bit of experience with web development as well. So Shopify 2.0 is looking really, really strong for sure.
Dude, I love hearing that, man. And everybody, check out his channel. It's going to be linked in the description. I'm sure you're going to get a whole bunch of new subscribers. You definitely should have more. If you don't already, definitely do some, Shopify type content. I'm sure like the SEO side of things is definitely probably interesting to
Yeah,
people. I
for
think you
sure.
can't know enough about it. And I love that we're framing things like this way where we have a Google SEO expert specifically
Mhm.
with us, because on my channel we talk more or less about like the Amazon algorithm, the Etsy algorithm, the Redbubble
Mhm.
algorithm, but we're taking like one step back and talking about the world's most popular destination
For sure.
online, which
And they're
dictates
two
where.
very different things. They're two very different things,
Mhm,
as I'm sure you know. There's definitely two types of SEO when it comes to these websites. There's inner SEO and there's Google SEO.
mhm,
It's fascinating stuff. And especially Redbubble, my main experience is Redbubble. The fact that you can rank for your own product can rank #1 on Google. If people want to see this, they can go on Google now and they can type in, "I just want a grill for God's sake, apron," and you will see my design is rank 1, and it gets like 30 traffic a month. It's crazy, honestly. It's really, really cool method to rank on Google, basically.
nice, man. Well, I'm definitely like going to be watching more of your content to learn some of your methods as well. And anything else you want to share before we stop the interview?
Just yeah, check out my content. I'm not the best video maker, I will admit that now. I mainly just try to get content out that I think will help people, and I put my heart and my knowledge into it, and I think that's the most important thing. And yeah, thanks for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. It's really, really it's a good thing to do, because you could have just made a video about this without me, but I think making it together is better for both of us and also for your viewers as well. So I think that's a really, really cool thing to do.
Yeah, for sure, man. And thank you. I should have pulled up the name of the person in my Facebook group that linked to your video
That's
because it
really
was a
cool
great watch.
that that happened. Yeah, that's cool that that happened. I'm happy with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So guys, also check out my Facebook group. I'll link to it in the description so that you can catch up on stuff like this. Like I don't find time to check every single link and whatnot, but this was definitely like a good watch. And I reached out same day. You got back to me same day. You can tell we're both techies because we made this happen in like an
Yeah,
hour.
for sure.
But anyways, thanks for being here, man.